Good afternoon, everyone. Rajendran here, joining from Market Calls, and welcome everyone to live trading sessions on market profile and order flow. So we are into the middle of the budget days. Union budget day session, and budget has been over by now. And what happened in the first half of the session is completely in sideways action, and followed by that. Some sort of a stop hunting, right? So 11,000 levels, a psychological reference level. Most of the people tend to have stops over there. So now the long stops has been got a hit there. At the same time, point of control is over here. So point of control is around 10,900 levels, right? So most of the days, these kinds of days where the two-way auction process usually happens, and so far the auction is still on the long side, but still sound risky. And maybe one of the place where one can place a remainder of 50% of the shots here as well. So once the budget over, there was a spike, and there was again a kind of a spiky movement. They came down. Markets are pretty volatile, and markets are expected to be volatile remainder of the day. So remainder of the day, we will be seeing a lot of seesaw auctions coming into the markets. It will be pretty tough to believe but if you look only the price alone, you want to chase the price alone. At times, people got stuck into bad decisions, right? So again, this is one of the AB power low. We are focusing and anticipating in next two trading sessions to get revisited back, most likely by either by Monday or by Tuesday, max to max. In Bank Nifty, it's still not breaking the previous swing high. At least Nifty had broken. Nifty had broken current month high. January high. January high has been broken down. If I pull up a daily chart, Nifty made an outside bar, right? And look into the monthly charts. Monthly has been broken. So last month, January high has been broken, and so far trading above the current month high. So the moment price is getting back into the range here, I'm sorry, current month, so far it has been broken and trading very close to that, slightly below the January month high. More the activity, you're seeing that that 11,000 is going to hold on the downside now. It's going to get protected on the downside. We're going to see some serious correction on the downside. That correction could go down as deep as 10,200 levels. But from an intraday perspective, still it is a serious place to avoid, and Harley went extreme. Harley went extreme right from 10,920 level onwards. It was maintaining the extreme zones. So most of those extreme zones brings trading odds, right? So the extremes here are the extremes in the zone, the extremes here, the extremes here, and the extremes here where a lot of longs got initiated, and now we are seeing a similar extreme on the upper side. So January high is one of our reference level. Maybe if I draw a balance, so go to charts, I'll see, and I'll pull up price-based charts. Price-based charts, and there, if I draw January reference level, we looked above January high, right? That's the previous swing high. Many trader watches that. Many trader might have a stop loss around 11,000 levels. I think the high was around, yeah, this is the high, right? So that's the high. So far, price is trading down below that. We looked above so far, and the price is trading down below. That's the 10,000. 11,003 is the reference we will need to watch out for. There is some momentum exhaustion happened over here. That's on a 5-minute time frame. And more the time, if you're going to see price going to spend down below 11,003 levels, which is an which is not a which is not a good sign of an continuation, right? And when it comes to Bank Nifty, what are the odds which is happening down there? We're not going to look into any of the stocks, so the full focus is only on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Two-way auction process happened, and then it spiked up, right? So that's the game so far. And it's a multi-day breakout as well, multi-day breakout and a previous month breakout. So that's a sign of a continuation. That's a good sign, but if that sign is still missing, then that's still considered as a weaker hand buying. Usually price point of control acts like a magnet. From the order flow perspective, so far buyers. Cumulative delta is also buyers, which is not a good sign. Even if the cumulative delta closing positive, also it's not a good sign usually when there is any strong trend is evolving. So we may be at the upper extreme again. And if you look into the open interest data point, which you usually look into the during end of the day, but if you look into the open interest also at this juncture, the open interest is still 11,000 is still holding up. It's still competing with 11,700 levels, and still the PCR is roughly around less than 0.5 or 0.45 levels. So end of the day, we need to check if this 0.45 declines to 0.4. Again, the 11,000 levels could be defended very strongly. And it's a kind of a momentum auction reversal. You can see that it's a momentum auction reversal, right? You see that big volume, high volatility candle, and then a negative candle. So probably this could be one place one can think about initiating a long with a stop here, which is a very tight zone. This candle range was closely how many points? 35, 40, closely 40 points range, right? It's a very tight stop where one can think about initiating any intraday trades here. And VWAP level comes around. So VWAP level comes around where? 10,940 levels. Sellers are likely to take control. Let's see. The stop what we're discussing here was kind of a 4 to 5 point stops there. See, if you watch price alone, it might give you a misleading information. Again, trading below January low, above January low, again below January low, again above January low. A lot of whipsaws around there. Usually more people will be having the habit of keeping a stop loss around 11,000 levels, right? So around round reference level, most of the shorts would have been having the stops there. So stops would have been on stops on the longs would have been shorts would have been hunted. Maybe now they might reverse to hunt the stops on the downside completely. Maybe testing the day low. As I said, at times momentum auction reversals are signs of days low. I mean, momentum auction reversals could be in this case, today's case, it could be day high.
So, sir, like, can we go for a short sir?
What I'm saying now.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm saying short only. I'm talking about that only.
No, I was not there. I was just like, I was on a phone call. I was not listening to you properly. That's why, sir. Sorry.
Okay.
And up to what level we can expect, sir, around? It's like whatever the single pins are there, like it will cover all that on that one, sir.
No, initially we are targeting those VWAP levels. So the VWAP level around 10,935. And maybe in a best case, it can go and hit the day low also.
Okay. And sir, tomorrow night we have a webinar, sir.
Tomorrow?
We will have a webinar tomorrow also, no, sir?
Yes.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah, tomorrow will be the last final webinar. We'll be having an order flow and some of the topic discussion on revision of market profile and order flow strategies.
Okay, sir.
So again, ping pong around January high. As I said, many people watches the swing high, swing lows. That is where it makes difficult. So that the purpose is to show you how difficult it is to trade around, take a decision at swing high or swing low. Without the tools like market profile or order flow, with tools, you can play a better game over there. Volume was very high here to almost 12,000 lots got traded. I mean, more speculators are there, it seems. It's an even day, so many liquidity players might be coming for speculating on even days like budget days or election results day. some sellers stepped in here, so that's why you're seeing some sellers, momentum sellers are there. Now more and more momentum sellers should join the party here. So momentum sellers there. You can see there are no buyers in this row, but still liquidity will be mostly market fills those liquidity and then comes down. That is a good sell off. Are there any unfinished business created? Just need to check out. Nothing, I'd say, I guess. Nothing so far. So far, it's a smooth auction. Okay, still going down. Good effort by the sellers. Sellers are just rolling in. It is because of most likely the intraday buyers would have been went from long to too long. And you see that volume is coming pretty low. It's just 2000 quantity, 2600 lots. So far, 500 lots. Price is just going down because mostly a momentum exhaustion happens over there. A lot of momentum buyers there. And then next candle, it's an inside bar, it turns negative. Momentum exhaustion happens. Price goes down even with less amount of sellers. And now lately, the sellers will try to take control. They'll be start rolling in further with a strong sell-off. They might try to emerge. There you go. So all in a sudden, sellers are emerging out of nowhere, right? So that's how momentum exhaustion happens. Strong momentum buyers, it'll be all in a sudden, it'll be stopped. And then what? It's like everyone in the room is completely filled with longs. And then next what? Next, when you're asking next what, if everyone is trading money, they will step out of the game. They'll be trying to book profits. They might be so that's how the trading at the edges, balance edges happens, right? So that's how it is happening. That is how it happens. Again and again, the same thing happens in the markets. Whenever the price is at the edge of the balance, and if it is controlled by the short-term sellers or the short-term buyers, they come to cover their positions. There you go. Just coming down. And clearly price is completely down below January high. The January high is one of the major reference. Anything bullish to happen, January high has to be broken, and some strong activity has to happen over there. Otherwise, it's a mean reversion game there. Again and again, we can play a mean reversion game there. So far, they have done more than 30 points or more than 40 points from the highs. Think about the risk reward ratio, what the market is yielding, right? There is a VWAP. VWAP is still at, maybe it might slowly move down to 10,040 levels, another 40 points from here. Not sure, but it's a scalping trade, right? So one can think about if a kind of a partial profit booking or something. How about Nifty? Bank Nifty is getting played. Bank Nifty. We had a similar momentum auction reversal here, and still the same setup is there in the Bank Nifty as well. Right. So here is the resistance, and from then It was very close to some 10 points, 10, 20 points, right? So 10, 20 points stops. Even if you're going to initiate here at the close of the candle, still a kind of a 20-point stops. And from there, it closely moved down almost 100 points down from there. And the VWAP is at 27440. Nifty had broken Jan high, whereas Bank Nifty haven't broken Jan high. So Bank Nifty, if you look at Bank Nifty, let me go to monthly time frame. Bank Nifty haven't broken the Jan high, and still this is at the upper extreme, the upper extreme which we talked about, 27,639. They're still trading down below that reference level. So they are at the upper extreme. Nifty is at the upper extreme again, still providing trading opportunity with a very tight risk to short these markets. Of course, event is over now. So another 50 points down, it will be touching the VWAP levels, whereas Nifty is still at the lower band. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. So a lot of zeros here, and you can see quickly it fills up. That's how the liquidity fills. In between 1 or 2 zeros, it's fine. But when you're seeing more or 5 or 6 zeros, slowly it's coming in. It gets immediately fills in. There are no unfinished business so far. Things are clear, both on the upside and the downside. More the zeros here, again, could go back and fill up. Still sellers, so far sellers are defending. You can see not much of buyers here, no more momentum buyers there. You can see sellers momentum came in over here by initiating, and that's kind of an initiative drive. And again, the sellers are trying to initiate down here. Again, one more initiative drive there. So which is a good setup. That's the complete game is in the hands of sellers now. That's the thing you can understand from this game. How about Bank Nifty? Yeah, they're done with the VWAP levels, and you're done as a scalper. The job is to get out of the game, right? So nothing much to no hard feelings that missing out a big trend. It may completely reverse, it may not reverse, but if you are a scalper, if your job is to only to do scalping in the markets, you're done. You should be out of the game now, right? So or maybe you should not act like an intraday trader. Like, you have to move on to the next opportunity. Right? You should not be thinking like an investor. So if you're a scalper, if your nature is only to scalp it, move out of the game. Again, look for another opportunity. Maybe one more rise can come, and one more opportunity could come there. Wait for the opportunity. Always wait for the opportunity so that you can always play that tight risk game. Still, these VWAP levels are pretty far for Nifty. No signs of buyers yet. you can see that most of the values are completely neatly filled, elegantly filled, right? So that's how they move the market. That's a good auction. Again, a lot of zeros here. It gets filled up. It gets filled up. That's a good auction. If it's keep on making zeros, means keep on making zeros, price is traveling in a low liquid zone. That's why you can understand there, right? So what is happening here is the liquidity supply is good. The buyers and sellers are interacting really good here. I mean, at least so far we had seen auctions. Most of the momentum auction reversal we had seen this month. Most of the momentum auction reversal has been successful. One or two we had seen a failure, but the win rate after, as well as the risk reward ratio involved in momentum auction reversal is tremendous. Especially the one which is going to get at during middle of the day, right? So it has a very strong, tremendous potential to mean revert towards a VWAP and at times a complete reversal. What Bank Nifty is trying to do, still trading above the VWAP levels. So no signs of momentum buyers yet. Okay, they are moving down with just low volume prices going down and a good fill up. There are no emotions there, just low and steady sell off so far. Volume was fair enough. Every candle was almost 2,500 lots, 3,000 lots, 2,500 lots. Not a big volume, but slow and steady volume, slow and steady supply of liquidity. As I said, last two trading days of expiry, you don't need to look into order flow at all because it doesn't make any much of a sense. But from here onwards, one can start using the order flow. So if you're looking into a 5-minute candle, you might be seeing this 5-minute candle with Nifty. It's a slow and steady sell off there. And from the profile perspective, it's been there still. The point of control cannot migrate. Always point of control acts like a magnet. No bigger volumes of selling activity observed so far. Maybe they might come late, but as of now, no. It's been a low volume sell off so far, and no sign of buyers yet. Big sellers and panic liquidation maybe come a little later. They might join the trend, but as of now, it's a low volume sell off and lack of buyer strength. And where was the weekly high? So weekly high is also one of the interesting level to watch out. So we are down below the weekly high as well. So weekly high, it's also a monthly high. Okay, not an issue. So we are trading below previous week high. We are trading below previous month high as well. So not so great acceptance so far. That's the only thing we can get from that. And price spent very little time at those locations above previous week high and above previous month high. So not so great acceptance there. What's from Bank Nifty? Again, there was a kind of a rise there. Some momentum buyers showed up at least there. Nifty is still down at the low. There is a VWAP levels for Nifty. Nifty VWAP levels are around 10,940 levels. So initially it was at 10,935 and slowly it moved down to 10,940. Another 27 points to go. There we go. There's a lot of zeros there. You get a lot of zeros over here. Just creating a lot of zeros. No buyers in those zones. Means we are traveling in a low liquidity buyer zones. Where price could hit faster down and then they could come back and fill those levels. A lot of momentum sellers here. It's another 15 points to go. 13. Ten more to go. So a lot of illiquid zones. See that, a lot of illiquid zones. And they are done, right? So what was, it's kind of an one interesting setup there. So we talked about a tight risk of almost 5 to 6 trading point distance, and the reward was somewhere around 80 points down, right? So it moved from 10,020 levels down to 11,020 levels to down to 10,940 levels, and still um, if you look from the profile, but that's closely an 80 point or even a 70 point 70 to 80 point of trading opportunity with a tight stop of 6 to 10 point range, right? So kind of an 1:6 or 1:7 kind of risk reward ratio, you can call it. Just and bank nifty, it's nearing its day low, which is most likely to happen in nifty as well. So here we go. They're moving in a tight low liquidity range. Simply buyers are not there, right? So that's the game. Price is falling down not because of sellers, buyers are not there. And there we go. I think point of control has been tested. No, not yet. Still pretty long way to go. 10,900 is the level. But bank nifty, it's just this kind of action you can see in most of the trading days. That's why you cannot take a directional opinion here unless you have some right set of opportunity, right? So luckily we got a trading opportunity from a scalping perspective as well. Otherwise, one had to be clearly waiting for such kind of an opportunity to take a trade. And completely topsy-turvy when it comes to bank nifty. I don't know who is cracking. Maybe let's have a quick check around there. See, this guy is still defending 11,000 levels. Some very, very high possibility that this could be a top. Most of the times intraday they could take out and then they come back into the range, and it's an even day. This the entire month could completely get into a momentum month. Maybe the month top could be formed, right? So I'm talking about a month top formation. It could be formed, and remainder of the month we could be sliding down. And that is a game that game could change only if at all some activity again happens around 11,000 levels and price started staying above. Only we can think about it. But most of the momentum months comes with an event, some sort of an event. It could be some RBI events, or it could be some GDP announcement events, or it could be some sort of an budget events, right? Most of the tops or bottoms are events, and today is an event. And events are risky to trade. We are seeing how risky it is to take an one-sided opinion positionally. And we are also learned why not to trade price alone. Why context is really, really important here. To stay in the game, to believe in the game what we are playing. And as a scalper, you're done with this VWAP level. You should be out of the game by now, right? So if at all the context has to change, some context has to change for the bullishness, we need acceptance above 11,000 levels. If that is happening, yes, maybe we can think about initiating longs there. Otherwise, we are still at the upper extreme. What we had seen is a multi-day breakout and price trading back into the range, which is what we say like it's a low confidence session so far. In fact, previous month high also taken out, previous week high also taken out, and still we are trading inside the range. Okay, so now markets are finding its way to fill this liquidity zone, the zero liquidity zones. Usually it does a fill. But overall, still the scenario is nothing has been changed. Last month, what we see in the scenario, same scenario is what is going on. Nothing has been really changed. Again and again, the markets are providing only opportunity to do positional charts. So one of the questions you have to ask yourself is something really changed in the markets so that you can also change your opinion? That this question you have to ask frequently. If something has been really changed, then no matter what, you have to think about changing your opinions. Otherwise, maybe we are still under some sort of bias. Just by looking into the trades and panicking on every small price action movements, will most of the time will turn into a low quality trades. Right? So I'm just looking into the heat map to check who is doing what. So Maruti, that inventory was short to too short. That I think most of the levels got cleared over there. If I look at the Maruti, there was an results came. Think about the people who shorted post the results. So maybe I'll go and get the daily time frame charts. This is where the results came, right? There was a deep sell-off candle comes. And inventory went long to too long, and there was a balancing, 3 days of balancing. Yesterday, price lately started shooting above this single print zones, and today it's a follow-through continuation. So where it's an inventory getting long to too long, and it's a nice clean reversal, but market took a little bit of time to go and clear this. Always we also seen that single print zones. We talked about those single print zones. The single print zones comes around. This is where the single print zones comes around. Right, so lately acceptance came in. Today also price started trading above that single print zones. More activity comes in and completely cleared all those. This is a kind of a scene of crime. Something like the Sun Pharma or something like scene of crime. Because of that event, there was a momentary reaction. Something the same kind of scene of crime happened in Yes Bank as well. So Yes Bank also sometime back we had the scene of crime. So the spikes, all these are momentum spikes, and now price completely down below that level. So a good earning result, and then price moving slowly and steadily. That is a good sign of a strong investors coming and participating. All these are players, momentum players. Most of the momentum players are short-term players, right? So usually it results in a poor trading decisions from them. They're just chasing the price alone. Yeah, momentum trading works, but not in every case. Most of the time, probably you can say like 60% of the time it acts against their favor. Only 40% of the time market moves in the favor of the momentum players, right? So what's up? Zeal is coming down. Vedanta is almost down. So Zeal, as I said, they went even till around 390 levels, but maybe some sell setup can be getting initiated over here. Should be watch out, but I'm not really. I don't have any long-term bullish view on Zeal. Once the investors are out, they are most likely to get out of the thing. The only thing is there'll be a lot of volatility there. It's difficult to play. Only you can manage with systems. You can play this kind of games better. Okay, there you go. 10,025. Maybe Bank Nifty would have been taken down the day low. Boom. Right, so serious reversals down there. Nifty is still in the process of making one. And the immediate destination one have to watch out is the AB power low, either today or in a worst case, it is today. A lot of stops might be sitting around here. A lot of crowded buy happened over here, and then market shooted up. So maybe when this level is going to approach next time, maybe there was one single print which got cleared by now. Now things will get interesting from here. I initiated my 50% of the short here and another 50% of the short somewhere around 10,930 levels. I'm holding a positional short in the markets, not an intraday one. There you go, back to the point of control, very close to the point of control. And the Bank Nifty is going crazily mad on the downside. It's good. Bank Nifty is a day low. Maybe the prominent point of control should be the immediate target. So why this kind of activity is happening? Because speculators are speculating on both the sides. So they will have stops on the higher side also. They will have stops on the downside as well. So that is why market makes such kind of crazy moves. So end of the day, 100 point stops, you are down. 100 points down on the buy side is still down. So no matter what, wherever the people are going to keep a stops there, they are going to be hunted down. This you can see in most of the event days. And yes, very rarely if there are some surprise element is there in the budget or some surprise elements there in the election results. Market could take a single one direction move, but I don't think there is a lot of serious surprise came in this budget, at least from the market perspective. A lot of good things happen, but that's nowhere related to the markets. So what does enough is all about? 10,885. So let's be very clear. The context will change only if there is an acceptance above 11,000 levels, or if not, right? The price came back to the point of control. If at all any context has to change, value is higher. That's fine, right? So value is higher. That's fine, and value is the least tradable information, but it's one of the important thing to watch out. You should not miss out where the value area is developing. That's the maximum thing we look out for, right? So but that is not a value area is never a trading rule. So more stops will be in this band. So far, it's a two-way auction process. It's been nicely executed in Bank Nifty as well. Day high also tested, day low also tested. In fact, multi-day high breaker broken out in Nifty. Now we can see a lot of more sellers are stepping in. Maybe it's kind of a liquidation which was happening there. A lot of liquidation down there. Now somebody would have been woken up and then they started doing selling. Some people are realizing that markets are moving down, so they come and short. But you could be a true innovator if you're coming and shorting really very close to the market tops, right? So kind of you see some sort of a momentum exhaustion patterns, and we've seen momentum exhaustion patterns on a 5-minute chart. We've seen as a hammer. If you look into that, that was a small hammer over there. That's not a confirmation. A hammer is not a confirmation, but apart from that, the surrounding context which has been evolved over here. So let me pull up Nifty charts here. We've seen a hammer also at the top, and it's a 5-minute time frame. Right. Where is this? Maybe it's in Bank Nifty or Nifty. I don't know. I've seen a kind of a hammer there. Okay, never mind. Maybe it could be a 3-minute time frame charts. Yeah, some sort of a hammer here. There you go. There are some stops down there. As I said, some stops are here. It's a crowded clustered stop. You can see more activity was happening down there. And now day low is about to be taken out. That's the vulnerability I'm talking about for the people who want to play directionally without just by playing with the indicators. Just by playing indicators, most of the time it hurts indicators, right? So at least today the activity was slow and steady. Most of the days the upside crash will be pretty higher, faster, and the downside also pretty faster. It doesn't give much of a trading opportunity to look for any kind of setups there. So that's a game there. They got back into the previous day's range. Day low has been broken. Day high also broken. Now only sellers are rolling down. Initially it was low volume selling, and now the sellers, more and more momentum sellers, are coming and pushing it down. Maybe the one who went long would have been covering out their positions down there. So we are talking about what? We are talking about AB poor low. So the next destination is towards AB poor low, 10,720 levels. Maybe most likely by Monday or Tuesday is what maximum we can anticipate. Or in a worst case today itself. But that's AB poor low is a short-term reference. So you have to treat AB poor low as a short-term reference. So it happens today, it happens. It doesn't happen, it doesn't happen today. So move on to the Monday and check what Monday is all about. So far my comment is it's still a low confidence buyers market, but because of event we can expect such kind of craziness, right? Always. But if you look from the context perspective, the confidence never changes. It was a low buyer confidence. Now also it is low buyer confidence. Almost 8 TPO got traded around the point of control here. Now the question is, can we really predict this kind of movements? You cannot. The activity during an even day, it can come any way, right? So initially, most of the time, the first half will be balancing. That's where most of the betting happens, right? So most of the betting would have been happening in this band. So people will be betting bullish and bearish both the sides. And once the event is about to over or finished, or the event, the announcement has been completely came, they do either they do this or they do this, right? So that's is Nifty negative? At least Bank Nifty would have been negative. Almost it cleared most of the poor structure which got created yesterday. And in fact, Nifty is also poor structure. As I said, it's not a strong money. It's just an weaker reference. So most of the very next step is to clear all the weaker hand buyers who came yesterday. All are momentum chasers. Today also they're chasing the momentum, and lately markets are not favoring them. Still at the lower edge. So who is crashing? Any updates on S Bank? S Bank, if you remember where we spotted a top, we spotted a top in S Bank around. Um, S Bank, more weakness is there still. I believe a lot of stops down below 185 to 180 level. When it's going to break, it breaks really faster. And we spotted a top in S Bank using a dual momentum reversal in this band. So that we seen that the inventory went long to too long here, and it creates a top pattern over here, kind of a dual momentum top. So this top and the other top which came here, and the price slided down. So two back-to-back tops, and so far it's still sliding down. Do I care about S Bank? No, I don't care much about S Bank. Not about S Bank, ICC Bank. So still S Bank, we are seeing more downside odds. But think about the zones. Does any other zones indicates a shorts over here? We got an ABC elongation here. It is an ABC elongation on the downside. There was an downtrend, and we got an inventory getting long to too long here, and we got an momentum exhaustion here. So back to back momentum exhaustion here, and so it's kind of a top setup. And think about the slides so far. So that's the game being played here. I doubt any other indicators will point at top here, saying that one of the good places to initiate a short here are a top here, or again a top here. Positionally, this is a good sell setup. Most of the indicator turns pretty late, right? So that's how indicators are. They're just simply a mathematical tool there. So again, ICICI Bank is joining on. So I'm not going to be much rigid about that heavy poor high, because even ICICI Bank has that top setup. It may clear, it may not clear. I don't even look into ICICI Bank from here on. Better I don't. Okay, definitely value is going to be higher, but still there are a lot of weakness out there. Are there any bottom formation? Not much. All of a sudden, buyers took control and then they move to the other side. Most likely, this day is going to be a balanced session. So far, it is a balanced session. See, nothing is going to happen overnight. It's a slow and steady process. So you need to have a mindset to hold. If this is a good trade location, one should have the mindset to hold for next 1 or 2 weeks to see the results. If at all something has to change, that market will show us where the change is, right? So I cannot say like the change will come or not, but if at all any change is there on the long side, market will show us somewhere in the form of inventory getting short to too short, or some weaker patterns. Okay, so I guess we can stop the session here. So my contexts haven't changed since the morning. Whatever the context we maintain, the same context I'm maintaining right now also. Just initiated a positional short for a reason which we have been talking for a quite long time, and I believe that most of the best trading opportunity. I mean, I'm believing still that most of the best trading opportunity happens once the event is over, and here it is. Here we are, and yeah, this is a high probability game. Market could do anything. So if at all something is changing, we also have to change. Am I seeing that change now? No, not yet. Unless the change is not going to come, we're going to keep riding this this stuff. Let's see where it goes. Right. Thank you.